Hi everyone, welcome back to our videos. So it is, believe it or not, almost 8:30 at night. And I don't know why I'm whispering because it's only me out here. But it's 8:30. I decide to come out, take a look at some of the plants just to see how they're doing. And I have to make sure I don't step on any snakes. Yes, we saw the skin of a snake out here, so we know the little creatures are lurking. Look at this feather flower bush. It has the little flower bits starting to form at the top of it. The gay feathers are starting to sprout out everywhere, as well as the gladiolas. Look how big this bleeding heart plant got. That is amazing. And that was a baby 2 seasons ago. Now it's a fully grown bush. And the blueberries are starting to turn blue. And there are trillions of them. Look at them, so many clusters. It's a big blueberry patch over here. It's one of a couple. Something that seemed to have struggled this season is this miniature rose bush. Not many of the roses came out. And if I look, I'm not sure what that is right there. So it might be a rose. Oh, I think it is. I was like, I'm not going to touch that. But in the center, I do see little buds, but I don't know if those will be productive or not. Let's go out here. See, we're very suspicious because this cross is always turned in a particular direction and often will come out here and it's been moved. But look at all this lavenderish kind of plant, the bearded lilies. There's some that want to come out, and the others, as you can see, are finished for the season. I think I put some gladiolas in here as well, but I don't see where any of those have popped up. This is a plant I planted years ago. This should open to some sort of bulbous flower. There's a lot of things going on in this area, that's for sure. It's always so pretty. Let's look at it from this side. As you can see. But we're going to go around this way. Oh, good. A couple days ago, these potato plants had not come up yet. And now there's like one, maybe four of them. 3 little ones, one bigger one. Let's check out the cilantro. How are you doing, cilantro? It looks just like baby cilantro. And here is some mint. And here is some mint hiding in here. I've actually picked some of it and dehydrated some of it already. And here we have more gay feathers. Lots of lilies. Oops, let's see something down here. The lupines. They're looping. Look at them. There's a whole bunch of them that have come out. We're not going to look at every single plant, I promise you. Ooh, look at the gladiolas. There's another patch of I think there's like 2 more patches of gladiolas. Here's another one of them. More gay feathers. And over here, ooh, there's something interesting on the ground. I think it's a leaf. Yeah, because sometimes the deer will come over to this plum tree looking for plums, and they will end up having pieces, some of the leaves come off. Wow, look at those potato plants. And yes, more gladiolas. And it's awesome that these gladiolas were planted, I'm going to say 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3 max, but I believe it was like 2.5 weeks ago, and they were already getting nice and tall. And look at that, one of Al's favorite plants, a hosta. This was a baby. It had like maybe 4 or 5 leaves on it last season, and look at it now. Next season, it'll probably be 4 times the size. And I am letting this ivy, viney stuff grow wild. If it takes over, I will have to cull some of it. And more potatoes. I know, you guys, we went a bit wild with the potatoes. Oh, and look at that. Some of that purple feather flower plant. This one is like the size of a bush. And then there's a smaller one here with brighter colors. Another bleeding heart plant. Let's go across the way. And look at this butterfly bush. It seems to be doing just fine. I did prune this back quite a bit. It needed it because what happens is eventually, after the branches of the plant are not going to produce anymore, they literally turn brittle. You can snap them off with your hands easily. And that's what I did to prune it. Obviously, you should technically probably use pruning shears, but it was more fun to kind of like snap them off that way. And then some of them I did cut, not many, but some. Like this branch, it still has stuff growing on it, but next season that branch probably will be gone. We had a nice rain that sort of cooled things down, which was nice, and also watered some of the plants. And over here we have a different hosta species that's growing in, I don't remember what it's called. We have the irises, hostas, and the fronds that are left from daffodils, believe it or not. I'm going to be cutting those down. And this trumpet flower bush. Look at it, you guys. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw it before when we weren't sure if it was going to produce any flowers because it got super cold. You can see some of them were killed off by the frost. But nature said, I am the mistress of this house. And then look at this. These bright red flowers. Usually the color of the flowers on this bush are kind of like this, but they get a little bit brighter. But for some reason, some of them have turned a bright, bright red. We've never seen that before. And then over here, we have the same bush. It doesn't have any of the bright red flowers, but it does have, oh, I thought it had a branch I could snap off. And the peony is done for the season. It got frozen out, but the plant itself is nice, virile, and healthy. And over here, the flowers from the blackberries are dying off. So pretty soon, I'll be forming berries. The other day when I was out here filming, a deer was literally standing like right in this area, and it was just like frozen looking at me, and then of course it dashed off. And over here we have this beautiful box bush, more lilies. Look, one of the irises still out and about. It's like, I'm not going anywhere. But this was one that bloomed just a few days ago. And there's some more that want to come out. An impatient, I moved some of the impatiens to different areas. And you will see why in a minute. I did not move all of them, just some of them. And wow, what a difference a day makes on this Swiss chard. The strawberries have gone dormant. I checked the roots. The roots are still alive, which is great. Now see, over here, I planted a potato, but that potato plant never came up. So I'll remove that stake. And how can I not show you this? The beauty of the dogwood flower. Just love it. So pretty. They're like an ivy color, like an off-white. So pretty. So abundant. So we won't really talk about this area, but I did transplant some impatiens over here. There's some sage over there. Some oriental irises, which are not growing as big as we thought they would, but it's still super early here, and it's still getting chilly at night in here. Blah, blah, blah. So over here, there's a change being made. What is that? Yes, it is one of the larger raised garden beds, and the sticks in that are from the butterfly bush. But you could see the impatiens grow all over the place here. So what I plan on doing is removing some of them, probably some that you see inside of the raised garden bed, which is what I already had done. And the others that are around it will just remain. And over here, this giant hosta. 2 feather flower plants. Look at how that's growing through the trellis. Love it. We still have work to do on this project. And the work that we have to do is adding a second coat of paint to the outside of it, and just the white and the yellow because the green was done already. We also need to paint the deck, but the deck is too new for painting, so we have to wait until it ages and cures more. Then we have this lattice work, which we need to install and paint as well. Over here, this is the soil that will go in the raised garden bed. However, it's not enough. We'll have to buy more. And we're also going to use some from, I'll show you in a minute. It's a shocking statement I have to make. And then here we have, yes, you guys, more potatoes, which is kind of ironic and hilarious. And yep, more potatoes. This onion plant, which has bolted, but we do use like this part of it in salads, soups, etc. I just have the feeling that I'm going to run into another snake. I almost walked directly on top of one. I was walking along like I am now, and I literally almost put my foot down on top of a snake. What kind of snake? Does it matter? I don't know. But that was a freaky experience. And our forest is filling in. It's pretty much filled in, really. Now let's go up here on the deck and take a look at food. So up here, we are growing our own pumpkins this year. And look at how well these plants are doing. I had to do research on how, you know, they grow, etc. I've never grown them before. So I only wanted to try growing 2 of them. First of all, there's only 2 people that live in this house, so we don't need a bunch of pumpkin, and we're only going to use it for decorative, or use them for decorative purposes. Here we have corn. The corn is doing, wow, amazing. I started growing the corn in the house on the kitchen table, my infamous or famous kitchen table garden. And I put the seed in the little coconut coir pods. And when they were maybe, I'm going to say 6 inches tall, I transplanted them. And then I also, inside of this raised garden bed, I put some seed as well. So everything grew. So corn is apparently super easy to grow. Now, whether it grows to harvest, that's another question. Here we have kale. And you know me, I have a couple batches of kale. We have watermelon plants. More watermelon plants. This is Swiss chard. So yes, we're growing it in 2 places. Look at the beets. I did not think these beets were going to survive because I grew, and everything you see out here, I grew from seed and started in little coconut coir pods. But these were very leggy. So because of their legginess, when I watered, I would have to literally, with my pinky, pick up each plant, you know, just lift it out of the soil and get the water off of it so it wouldn't like rot or, you know, die. And it definitely paid off. And here we have tons of radishes. You can even see some of them coming through already, which is nice. Because when I tried growing radishes, I'm going to say 2 seasons ago, they definitely did not do well. We had radish greens, but the radishes themselves were hard and very skinny. These are more bulbous, and I can tell the leaves are hardier. And here we have more kale, of course, and arugula. Absolutely, and it smells amazing over here. And look at the cilantro here in this patch. It's like very abundant. I do have some more plants that are inside of the roost right here. And in there I have more. Oh, look. Is that a baby deer? Oh, it's a fox. Oh, I think we're going to miss it. Damn it. Missed it. There was a fox over near this bush. If I can find my finger. This bush right here. There was a fox that was just there. We just missed it. Damn. We were just over there too. But we do have a resident fox that visits the property. We've seen its paw prints on the driveway. I'm looking right now, but I believe it ran into the woods across the street. So, darn it, we missed it. That would have been some definite nature to catch in action. And one of the things we do, though, is first of all, we do not intervene with nature. We let nature do its thing. But what we do, like, for example, if this animal is mangy, etc., I would not be out here right now trying to see if it'll come back out, which I know it's not going to. But it goes down here in this dark area. That's like one of its pathways. And actually, if you look, you can kind of see right in here. Where's my finger? Where are you? Where's the camera? Right here. Right here. You can kind of see there's like a little depression in the greenery where it goes, and it comes through here. We have which we don't know how to fully use, but we do have trail cameras, and once my husband figures out how to get the information off the camera uploaded into our laptops, then I'll be able to show you more of that. See that area? He or she likes to go down in there. And there's another area right, let's see if we can get it, right there where it goes as well. And also something that we noticed, I know some of you guys were looking at our chicken videos of those big wild crazy, well, semi-wild crazy chickens. And the bad news is we think they're all dead. We haven't seen a chicken in maybe 2 to 3 weeks. It's probably going on 3 weeks now, which is so sad because I love those chickens. They were becoming my friends. Wow, look at this mulberry bush, you guys. It is stunning. It has made such progress. I can't wait until it produces berries. It's definitely not ready to do so. There's not even a nub on this, but maybe next season. And here's another mulberry bush. Now this one, the growth was stunted. It was almost as tall as the other one, but because we moved the bush in August of last season, we now have one that's stunted and one that continued growing and outgrew the other. The good thing is they're both completely healthy, viable, and alive right now. So we're really pleased with that. Oh, so I'd go back this way. And it's definitely getting a little bit darker right now, but thank you guys for checking us out. Please, oh, look at those irises. Please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. This is just one of my favorite things, is to walk around out here, just seeing how things are progressing with their growth. Just pulling some grass out of here. And everything is progressing beautifully. Next time, I'll give you more of a full tour versus, ooh, a bat. Wow. See, you come out here early in the morning or in the evening like this, and all of nature comes alive. But thank you so much, and be well.